Glock video, everyone. And my name's Jake. Thanks for tuning in, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Behind the scenes, 1911 Syndicate. This is all my disclaimers. I get all this shit out of the way at the beginning, like any good podcast would, so you don't have to interrupt the video with commercials later on. Ray, it's a good intro. We're a real estate company behind the scenes, a healthy one. We take our health seriously around here. We don't pass the Rona to, yeah, occasionally, you get a client you don't like, whatever. But, we're a real estate company, so hey, look, we operate in a bunch of different states. If you need anything, hit us up. We like to come joke around and have fun in these videos, but we actually do business behind the scenes. So if you need anything, please hit us up on that. The damn 43X MOS. So this gun is just on loan. It's just on loan. I don't own it, and if you can tell from the tone of my voice, don't want to. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. We're gonna get into it. The nice thing about a video, if it's not so hot on Glock doesn't really give a shit. They're never gonna see it. They are too big to care about anything I say, and the brand is too big to feel any impact from anything that I say. So I'm gonna tell you what I think about this. So let's get it on. So the Glock 43X MOS is a micro compact pistol. It's a booming business right now. The micro compact market, I'm a giant fan of. I think there's some fantastic offerings. You've got the 365, great. Some of the earlier ones, yeah, maybe had some problems. The new ones, as far as I'm concerned, are pretty hot shit. The 365 XL, maybe the hottest shit of them all. You've got the Hellcat. Hell, you've even got the Glock 48 in there. So the real question we have to answer inside of this video is, why does this thing exist? The 43X, keep in mind, this came out in January 2019, okay? Not this one, the regular 43X, right? And, there's just no way around it. Do you have any idea? Bear with me, everyone. I own that. That's Glock 48. I put on good sights, and that's all I did to it. Now, the 43X, which came out at the same time as the Glock 48, or the 43X MOS came out at the same time as the Glock 48 MOS, and it's infuriating. It's just infuriating because this came out, like I said, in January 2019. You have any idea how frustrating it is when you go and you buy something in like July, and then in like September, they come out with the version that we all know they should have came out with from the beginning. Because let me tell you, the only shit that's different on this from the regular 43X, and damn it, everyone, if you right now you're at home and you're going, man, this guy's running a little bit hot today, you goddamn right I am. The only shit they did to this thing, they added a light rail, and they added their MOS, their whatever optic system, I forget what the M is, but miniature optic system or whatever, the red dot platform. We all know that should have been done from the beginning. Why not just release the right thing from the beginning? Answer, because some people, like me, you're gonna go out and you're gonna be like, hey, 48's actually pretty legit, and you're gonna buy this thing, and 6 weeks later, they're gonna say, we came out with a version, it's got a rail and the red dot system, and you're like, motherfucker, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? In Corona times, I had to track this shit down, and then you come out with this version, 43X, but the same thing with the 48. So if I'm running a little hot today, everyone, well, it's because I am. It's because I am. Because I just dropped money on a 48, and next thing you know, I can attach a light, I can get a red dot on it, and it's a little bit irritating. That said, I will give it a fair shake, although most of you have probably already disqualified this entire view from the start, which, by the way, keep in mind, apparently I like, people like calling me like a Glock fanboy because I've shit on SIG 320s before. Sometimes you just gotta shit on stuff, but like, I'm not a Glock fanboy, as you will see here. So let's talk, I will give it a fair shake, but let's talk about what's going on with this thing. Fuck it, just light it up, man. I'm gonna throw gasoline on this one, burn it down. Okay, let's tell you what's going on here. So the 43X, unbiased, professional, YouTube gun reviewer. The Glock 43X has a few interesting features that you, as the potential consumer, might like to know about. One would be this little nub that comes down here that they like to call a beaver tail. fantastic. What would the point of that be? I don't know, other than to dig into your hand a little bit, I guess to keep the slide from biting your hand. Lovely, right? It has what they like to call a, their slimline series, AKA single stacks. These hold 10 rounds. They say it has a short trigger pull. Like every other Glock trigger pull, but okay. It has a 3.41 inch barrel. Okay. It has a, it's almost tough to say this one, a match grade Glock barrel, direct from Glock, not like like a Barstow or something like KKM, something like that. It has a match grade barrel, tough NDLC finish, which I think the jury is out on most people who are not really a giant fan of how that finish is wearing. It has a reversible mag catch, fantastic feature, right? So it's not full-time ambi. You can flip this over to this side, which would technically be how you're supposed to do it as a lefty. I actually prefer just using my trigger finger because it keeps my platform streamlined across the board. And it has a single side slide release, which if you're like, so this is essentially not a Gen 5, which would be ambidextrous full-time, correct. This would basically be the old, it would be a new Glock, but with old Glock technology. And there ain't nothing that makes more sense than that, right? Let's release new stuff, but put old philosophy behind it. So, well, that was the unbiased tour. I don't know how that went, but fuck it, let's just keep going. So let's talk about perhaps one of the biggest bottlenecks of the 43X. It is absurdly expensive. Yeah, you heard it, okay? Cost of the gun's $580 MSRP, and if anyone could please answer why it is so impossible to find the MSRP on a Glock, I mean, good luck. Like, good luck. It's not simple. $580, now I know what you're going like, yeah, it's reasonable. It's in a reasonable zone. No. Stay with me. So if you buy this base gun, let's just take a little lap around how much stuff you need to do to it. One, there's no grip. There's no grip, and we'll get to it, but when I say it's snappy, she got some snap, okay? You're gonna have to stipple your frame. So a couple $100 minus the YouTube University crowd, and then really it's gonna be a lot more than a couple $100 because you're gonna warp your frame, and then you're gonna have to go buy a whole new frame and everything. So you may as well just pay to have it done. So that's a couple $100. The trigger, you know, does it work? Yes. Is it nice? Nah. So you're gonna have to stipple it. You're probably gonna, a lot of people are gonna get a new trigger. If you are running just the regular Glock sights, you're definitely gonna have to swap those out. They are, as I like how a dude I knew referred to it, he said they're really just a placeholder. That's a great way to put that. They're just a placeholder. You're gonna need to replace those. If you put a red dot on, well, you're looking at $300 to $600. Now, most of you will be familiar with the fact that Trijicon just came out with a miniature version of the RMR. I think it's called the RMR-C. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the name of it. And, you know, it's like $650 or something like that, where you go, man, the red dot's more than the gun. Like, I just can't co-sign on that. Like the red dot is more than the gun. Like, no. So you got a red dot, a Holosun might run you $300. You could be 600 plus. If you want a light, now here's the real benefit. Surefire came out with their miniature version of, you know, a miniature weapon mounted light. Not like the XC1, but like a better version. The XC1's, you know, it's not great. So that's like $325. Shit. Dude, between optic and light, if I'm putting on the good stuff, that's a G. Between putting on a red dot and a light. $580 for the gun. I'm gonna need some better iron sights. I'm gonna need a stipple. I mean, dude, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on this gun. If you really, and you cannot like me because of this, but you can't deny that it's not true. If you really make this like a solid, like pretty well tuned Glock, it's a $2,500 gun. It's a $2,500 micro compact Glock carry pistol. God forbid someone like Agency or something built one of these things out and you had an RMR and a Surefire on it, because $3,500? I mean, for real, guys, I mean, you can laugh all you want at that, right? Keep in mind, I mean, this is coming from the guy who's more so into 2011s. This, once properly built out, is the same as this $2,500 like kind of older school STI, and I just cannot get on board with that, guys. Okay, so let's come down to the final verdict. How is this gun to shoot? Because I think at the end of the day, that's an important consideration. And the answer to the question that you so desire is it does not shoot well. It does not shoot well at all. It's so distracting to do a gun review when your dog's shitting in the background. He's been shitting for like 2 minutes right now. But the gun does not shoot well. And he stares at you in the eye when he does it. And why is that necessary? Why do I need to be stared? I don't need to be stared at when you shit. Thank God. Yeah, okay, let's move on. So anyway, it does not shoot well. To give you a frame of reference, by comparison, as I was shooting this, as I shot it for a couple days now, I thought, man, that gun is a hitter. I mean, it is just snappy, and again, the grip is like, it's like a slip and slide where you throw some oil in this thing and you just go fly right off of it. So today I said, you know what, I'm gonna throw a few rounds with a 48, which this is a personal gun that I own. It's totally stock minus having aftermarket sights on it. And man, I gotta tell you, it is such a dramatic difference, the 48 versus the 43X. And I debated myself when I was in the market for a slim Glock as a carry gun. I debated myself going 43X or 48, and ultimately decided on 48 because, look, my logic was, for those of you who don't know, a 43X and a 48, they're the exact same thing. And in terms of the footprint, right, the frame of the gun, they're the exact same thing. So in terms of how it's going to carry on your body, many would argue a 48 is actually going to be easier to conceal because of a longer barrel. It is going to help conceal the gun better. Okay, so take that with a grain of salt, but I've heard that argument from a lot of people, and I don't necessarily think they're wrong. But hey, look, the 48 to me makes sense. There's tons, I mean, probably the most popular carry gun is a Glock 19. But I get it, in summer, depending on weather and t-shirts and things, you might not be able to get away with a 19, therefore a 48, which for those who don't know, is just a single stacked 19. Why they don't advertise it that way, I don't know. Why do we have to do this 48 nonsense? Just tell me it's a 19 slim, you know, or 19 skinny. Call it a 19S. Slim, skinny, like whatever. So 48 does make sense because of the market for 19s. The 43X to me doesn't make sense unless for some reason you're like, look, I have this little tiny purse or man satchel or whatever, and that extra ½ an inch on the barrel is the difference maker where it won't fit in. Okay, I guess get a 43X, but look, they're the same capacity. They're both 10 rounds. And the 48 just shoots so incredibly better. I mean, it's not even competitive. A 48 shoots, I like the 48. For those of you who think I'm shitting on Glock right now, I'm not. I'm kind of shitting on a 43X MOS, but I'm not shitting on Glock. 48, great gun, I like it. That's why I own it. And it shoots so much softer than a 43X. One consideration, it's like a built-in gun holster there. So one consideration with a 43X is, look, it's 10 rounds, and you simply have to, if you're gonna get one of these, or a 48, you've gotta get shield arms mags. To me, to carry this gun and only have 10 rounds, is 10 rounds enough for your average statistical gunfight, self-defense situation? Yes. Would you rather have 15? Yes, of course, especially given the fact that it doesn't hang out of the bottom of the gun. You can throw in 20s, and yes, obviously it's comical, but that mag would be a better served as a backup mag. But again, hey, if you're gonna get shield arms mags, again, another expense, and the price tag of this thing just keeps climbing, you know? Not to mention, I mean, you depending on what we showed in the opening today, I mean, you may see if at any point I'm stripping mags, well, that's because it has a standard Glock mag release, and the shield mags, despite having always worked nice for me, in my 48, I put in the shield arms mag release, which is, I believe it's aluminum if I remember right, and basically it mates up a lot better with the shield mags. So in terms of if you see me stripping mags, that's because it's a standard Glock mag release with shield arms, and they do get a bit sticky. So look, between shield arms mags, everything, optics, lights, stipples, backup iron sights, and potential triggers and undercuts, and I mean all this stuff. You go, look, what you have here is, I think, a big miss. I think this is a miss on Glock's part. Does that opinion impact the sale of these bad boys whatsoever? Nope, and as it should. Please, no one listen to me. There are plenty of better people for you to go listen to on planet Earth. But look, it's not nice to shoot. There's very little in the way of redeeming qualities that I can find about this thing. It's just, it doesn't do it for me. The only thing you could say about it is it's small, half an inch smaller on the slide than a 48, and you consistently know that the gun's gonna work. You know it's gonna be reliable. Other than that, it's a Glock, guys. Like, what do you want to say about it? It's just one of the Glocks that I deem to be a miss. And I know you'll probably all go buy it. So happy hunting. Hopefully you don't pay Corona prices, but if you do, just know, hey, this is my opinion. I'm standing by it. I feel confident about this one. And yeah, we hope you have a good, I don't know, Friday, Thursday, whatever day it is. We hope you enjoy it and stay safe this weekend. Yeah, goodbye.